Hi, everyone, and thank you for joining us. This is Kevin Ty, and I'm the production manager for Arizona Theatre Matters, and I'm here with Sydney Wolfe, our 2026 audio apprentice for this season. For those unfamiliar with Arizona Theatre Matters, we are a non-profit organization dedicated to making theatre more accessible for everyone through captioned productions, artistic sign language integration, audio description, and digital programming reaching audiences all around the world. As part of our 2026 production season, Sydney joined our team as an audio apprentice, working across several productions while learning both the creative and technical sides of audio production and post-production. Along the way, she also contributed beautiful original music, along with sound design, Foley, and audio elements that really helped bring these stories to cinematic life. Sydney, thanks so much for being here.
Hi, I'm so happy to be here reflecting on all of the work that we have completed this year. So, thank you for having me to share some of my insight and experiences.
To start, can you tell us a little bit about what attracted you to the apprenticeship program and what you were hoping to learn coming into it?
Absolutely. I mean, my immediate draw was to apply my skills in a different way and to learn the ins and outs of audio production when it comes to not just the creative side, but the technical and logistical side of timelines, ensuring standards, quality control, and of course, creating a soundscape that aligns with the piece and what the director's looking for. Now, I do have experience and a background in music and audio engineering, but never in this type of way. And so this apprenticeship really allowed me to add more tools to the tool belt and to also trust my own creative intuition when it comes to creating Foley, textures, and musical arrangements. So I felt like I really assimilated some of my skill sets for myself, and I can say that I appreciate the work I put forth. And I'm especially grateful that I got to work alongside you, Kevin, and learn from the best in regards to all facets of audio production and storytelling.
Had to trade eggs for vinegar.
You heard things
Agnes fusses with her shawl.
about her.
Margot freezes.
People like to talk. Not much of it worth hearing.
Tell me.
Old lies.
Tell me the worst of it.
They say they forced her into a dress. Said it was the law.
Go on.
Agnes bruises a sprig of mint between her fingers, and her face hardens.
Told her it was heresy to dress in men's clothes. They threatened her with torture until she signed the paper denying her angel voices.
And still they burned her.
Her hands and feet bound. They violated her. The guards.
Dear Mother of God.
Agnes takes a long breath, letting it settle before speaking again.
Can you talk to me about some of the tasks that you were assigned and what you got to work on as part of your apprenticeship?
Yes, so many of the tasks assigned to me involved following this structured protocol of layered responsibility. As the production engineer, I assisted and helped run remote and in person recording sessions, interface with actors throughout the sessions to ensure audio standards, as every single person has a different setup and room. So, this is a challenge in itself to really figure out the best way to capture the best performance. And perhaps the most time consuming and tedious part of the apprenticeship was arranging the assembly cut. Now, this is the first pass of audio editing to clean up the dialogue, remove interruptions, remove multiple takes or script mistakes, you name it. I go through the entire audio, and then after that, I go through and remove any unwanted mouth noises, room noises that can take away from the performance. Because ultimately, it's our job to enhance the performance and allow the audio to really breathe and be the best it can be. So once the assembly cut is approved, I send it to you, Kevin, and you review it, you work your magic, and then send it up the chain to further be approved, giving us our locked cut. So here I get the green light to do all the fun sound design, music, you name it. And I go through libraries of sounds to see what I can use to blend before creating my own sound effects in Foley. And I have this fun box of miscellaneous tinfoil scraps, wicker, cloth, etc. to record. So it's super fun and it's super involved, the work we do of managing our time and still being creative.
What were some of the biggest things you learned while working on the productions this season?
Some of the biggest things I learned was more so on the technical side, the importance of time management, especially with editing and communicating that with the team you're working with. When working on pieces with so much depth and when you're editing for hours, it is important as the engineer to take the necessary space to remain refreshed and ready to deliver quality. And kind of going hand in hand with that, also on the creative side of things as well, giving space for the performance. As a musician and with a musical background, I sometimes want to add all the music and sound design and Foley. However, it is my responsibility to just enhance and keep the integrity of the performance rather than taking away from it in any way.
How do you feel the experience helped elevate your technical or creative audio skills?
This experience really helped me learn more about how to effectively edit. So, developing a workflow and utilizing tools that I wasn't accustomed to in Logic Pro and understanding, how these quick keys can serve me when I am editing for hours. And so it really, really helped me develop that and also an ear for things a music nerd like myself may not have been as attentive to. So I feel like my technical skills have absolutely been sharpened, and it has benefited even how I sit at a piano to ask the question of, what does this piece need and how can I be of service to it knowing what I know? So it really bridged the gap for me to learn about what I'm capable of as an engineer and creative and how to channel that effectively.
Were there any particular projects, scenes, or moments during production that you especially loved working on or found to be really rewarding?
I found Lear to be one of my favorite projects to work on.
Scene 3. The storm inside and out. The howling of the wind, rain relentless. Thunder explodes, splitting the sky. Lear staggers forward, drenched, half mad. His body is racked with cold, his breath ragged. His cloak, his kingdom, his ruin lies behind him, abandoned. He turns, sees it, a flicker of recognition. Then, desperation. He dives for it, grabs it. It is too heavy. It drags through the mud, a useless weight. But still, he pulls it toward himself, clutching it like a drowning man to driftwood.
Blow, winds, and crack your cheeks. Rage. Blow. You cataracts and hurricanos, spout till you have drenched our steeples, drowned the cocks. You sulphurous and thought-executing fires, vaunt couriers to oak-cleaving thunderbolts, singe my white head.
Of course, it was the first project, so there was a lot of newness and learning with that. But the piece and the story itself really challenged me to do more with less. And, again, it's the first project of the season, sure, but I didn't realize how enveloped I would get with the script as I kept working on it. And once I was ready to create a score and develop all these textures and sound designs, I had listened to the entire thing a multitude of times, so I felt like I really connected with the piece and what it needed. And Lear is so intimate and emotional, and it's really, really a touching story. And, I just want to help support that story in whatever way possible. So I feel like the final few scenes, I really got caught up in the emotion of the story and really felt present with what I was playing on the piano, the string arrangement, everything. And it was so interesting for me to play around with different audio effects, reverbs, room simulators for this because King Lear is outside, inside, in a storm. And so it really opened my eyes to learning more about how impactful I can be with less.
Can you talk a little bit about the collaborative side of the work, working with directors, performers, and the rest of the production team?
Collaborating with the team has been really fun because everyone here believes in what they do. It's like working on a team with everyone having the same goal, which in this case is to create a work that exhibits the highest potential in a multitude of ways. There's so many personalities I get to interact with, so it definitely keeps me on my toes. It's always interesting. And there's so many things to learn about people, especially in the performance world, of how to interact and how to be sensitive to certain things and how to communicate effectively. So holding a safe space for all of us to perform and work in was really emphasized throughout my entire apprenticeship. And the importance of communication, especially because there's so many different departments. We're working with creatives, we're working with our audio team, we're working with a video team, everything. So it's really, really important that we're all on the same page and communicating timelines and understanding what we need from each other. So as the production engineer and working alongside you, Kevin, we really have to bridge the gap between many people to ensure the work's needs are being met.
And finally, after completing this program, how do you feel this experience has prepared you for future opportunities in audio production or storytelling?
This experience has really opened the door for me. It's shown me what I'm capable of and what opportunities could be of service to me in my audio career and in a different facet that I wasn't exposed to before, which is really awesome. I didn't know that I would connect so much to storytelling in this kind of way. So it was really neat to see from that regard. It's especially, I would say, prepared me because I have been able to see all sides of not just audio production, but the work of the directors and the actors, the communication needed to really allow these stories to come to life, because the stories are the core. They're what draws everybody together, but our job as the behind the scenes people is to make that really seamless. And it really excites me to be able to play a part in that, and especially with audio and storytelling that can be so emotional and so intimate and so personal. So I really look forward to refining my skills continually because I feel like we're all always a student in our own ways, and to really see, what unfolds and where this path takes me.
Sydney, on behalf of Arizona Theatre Matters, thank you for your amazing contributions to a successful 2026 season.
I can only reciprocate the same, as I am so grateful for the opportunity, Kevin. Thank you for leading by example, and to the entire Arizona Theatre Matters team for really valuing the work that I do. It's been an absolute pleasure to be a part of this season, and I look forward to seeing what this all brings in the future.
Wounded boys and horses, burning up where they lay. All scared, all the time. Just trying to survive the day. And I don't doubt all of them thinking some pretty hard thoughts about the so-called leaders that led them to this. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to.
It's all right, Euless.
It comes to mind often lately because I think that's how it is for these folks nowadays. Trying to find their own way out of a burning mess where you can't tell friend from foe. Can't trust anything you hear because it's all noise and smoke and confusion. And it seems like an awful lot of it's show business.